This is my project review of making a fluidized bed. Inspiration for this project came from this guy, Mark Rober, very cool guy, NASA scientist. Um, he made it a little bit larger than I did, and but he also made a smaller version, as seen here, which I replicated. Um, Towards the end of my project, King of Random, Grant Thompson, came out with one, and so I used their steps a little bit in problem solving. To start out with, I needed to get a container, and this is really what we had to do first, because otherwise we didn't know the dimensions that we need for pipe, how much pipe, what specific pieces we need, how many pieces, all that jazz. So this is the one we picked. Just Target, pretty inexpensive. The wheels were nice though, that was very useful. Um, yep, I think in the end we had 9 different elbow fitting or T fittings and 2 elbows. Um, Cut the pipe up, laid it out. Yep, there's the 9 T fittings and 2 elbows. Glued it. Turned out like that. For that works really well, surprisingly fast. Then of course you have to drill holes. Well, of course, you have to drill holes 90-degree angles facing down once it's in the box. I think it's about 25 millimeters apart, and ideally those holes would be just about as small as you can make them. But these specifically were 1/16 of an inch. Yep, there's almost the final product. We didn't quite. You can see we haven't drilled the holes yet, and it's not quite connected and not sealed up. But yeah, we got that done. Eventually, you're gonna have to, or eventually, we added um, ball valve and threads and all that stuff. And this is what we got. I didn't quite get it to fluidize, um, but you can see, kind of, sort of, up in here, it's almost like you can see down through there. It's kind of fluid, and I think I tried a lot of different um, problem solving and stuff. And one of the main things that I tried to figure out, well, the air compressor, we had an older air compressor, and I kept hearing leaks. And so I taped up all of those, and it took me quite a few days just to find all of them and tape them all up. And that helped out just a little bit, but not enough to make any difference. And so then I decided that although the sand was nice and fine the way it should be, it was also inconsistent. So we had some that were really nice and fine, some that weren't quite so fine. I helped out a little bit, put my siblings to work sifting sand, and that kind of worked, but not enough. And like I said, Grant Thompson made a video there, and I noticed that it's really like there's no gap. And over here, let's see if I can find it. Well, they're not quite that close, but they're much closer than mine. Yeah, I've got plenty of gaps up in there, and so I haven't done that yet. I didn't have enough time, um, but that's definitely on my list to go for. Um, yeah. As for my project plan, um, I I underestimated the amount of time it would take, so I thought I'd just get it right off the bat, which for my first build project I guess isn't unexpected, but yeah. So I planned in 2 weeks for the build, and I had 2 weeks actually to learn Premiere, editing software. I didn't get to Premiere, which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, That's my plan. Or, yeah, and the project.